Well, I think I got it now set up, but I can see that Lonely Screen and the YouTube chat are now working, and that's awesome. That's what I was trying to do. So let's take a look at what we're trying to do today. Oh, look at that. AI plane over there. So we're at Big Bear, and in my last video I flew from Orange County to Big Bear, and we parked in front of the FBO. We're now parked in front of the fuel station, and we have fueled up, and we have good weather today, so we are just going to fly back to Orange County from here, and we're going to repack our bags. Hold on, let me see how this is. All right, there we go. And go into the plane now, and we're going to go ahead and everything's ready. Everything's there. Okay, good. And if you're on, if you can type something in the chat just so that I can test to see if the chat is working, I would really appreciate it if you're following along, because this is the first time I've done this, and I'm sure I've got a lot of kinks to work out, but I don't even know if you can hear me. Actually, I can't hear anything in the riff, so I think I have to fix that. Let's see, I gotta go ahead and change the playback from the TV to my Rift headset. I think that works now. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yep, I can hear it now. All right, good. Let's put the beacon on. Fuel on. Let's see. We got fuel back up to just under half tanks. Put in the mixture and the prop. Turn on the fuel. Actually, I need to open up the throttle a little bit. Turn on the pump. I'm just going to be following along with the movie map, but I cannot, unfortunately, I cannot like manipulate it, so that's pretty much all I can do with that for now anyway. Okay, that should be enough fuel. Let's bring the mixture back to almost cut off, and that should start her right up. All right, let that warm up a little bit. Okay. We should have already dialed in 249 to Iran. Good. All right. We'll taxi down to the runway and do our run up. Let's see how this sounds doing, because that sound seems pretty loud to me. Yeah, I don't know why, but the exterior, it goes all the way up here. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And no matter what I do, it just turns back up. Watch, I'm going to say done. I'm going to go right back into it. And there it's up again, so I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know if I can just turn it off or what, but exterior is the most important one. All right. Cowl flaps are open, good. And I can begin taxiing. Now up here in the mountains, it gets a little tricky because of density altitude. In Big Bear, you have to worry about density altitude. And that's where high temperatures make your airplane perform as if it's, 1,000 or 2,000 feet above where the airport is, which makes it very sluggish, hard to climb, closer to the ceiling of the airplane. So let me know if you can, you know, I'd really appreciate it if you're, I can't really see who's watching, but if there's anybody watching, I'd really appreciate a hello or a chat just to test to see if the chat's working. And to make sure that the stream's doing good too, because I'm worried about how the frames are going to hold up with all these windows open, with OBS open, with Oculus Mirror open. I'm not really sure if how the computer's going to perform, or how the sim's going to perform. I wish I can increase the size of the chat text too. I don't know how to do that. I have it on high contrast, so hope that does something. It looks like we have a crosswind for takeoff. That's always fun, isn't it? Nice crosswind. Direct crosswind too. That's like 90 degrees. Wow. All right. Okay. Parking brake on. Let's go ahead and okay. Got a drop. Good. Okay. Let's cycle the prop. No problems there. It's cycling fine. Check engines. Oil temp good. Cylinder temp good. Ammeter good. Oil pressure good. Everything looks good. Let's turn on our okay. All right. And back to idle. All right. Let's go ahead and turn the fuel on. And one notch of flaps for the short field. And no traffic, let's go. Okay, I'm getting a little bit hit on frames. Okay. All right, gear up. Alright, it's a pretty scary takeoff when you have trees right in front of you. Okay, let's turn towards our heading. We're going to go up to 8,500. So I could actually go higher because I'm less than 3,000 feet above the ground. If I feel a little uncomfortable about this altitude, it is pretty low compared to the mountains around me. Maybe I'll go to 9, I don't know, just till I'm over these mountains. Whoa, little wind shear there. Alright, and that clears us from the mountains basically. It's all smooth sailing from here. Oh wow, look at that haze layer. There's very little visibility today. Hey Abuses Games, how are you? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, look at that. I can barely see anything and I'm flying in mountains. Sorry if there's a little bit of a delay here. I love this plane. Here, let me put the autopilot on and I could take you to an outside view. Make sure it's doing its job. Wow, look at that. I can barely see anything. Whoa. Oh, that didn't. This is X-Plane 11. X-Plane 11. In VR. Yep, X-Plane 11. How are you, just curious, how are you hearing me? Is the audio sounding okay? Okay. Had the mixture a little too lean. Maybe that was part of my problem. Just want to be a little bit lean of peak. All right. So let's take a look at the plane from the outside. I think I'm stable. I'm not. I think I got the autopilot doing its job. Let's take a look. San Bernardino Airport down there. Woo! I'm just floating. Oh, look, the guy looks at me. So let me know if you can if you're having trouble with the audio or anything. I'm just flying back to Orange County. I did a video flying up to Big Bear yesterday, and I posted it, and now I'm just live streaming the way back. And the weather is much worse today than it was yesterday. Again, I can't see hardly anything. The visibility is probably below 3 miles. I know there's a mountain straight ahead, but I'm flying on instruments. Not with ATC though, unfortunately, not with ATC. You can see my plan right there. I'm heading to Paradise VOR. And I'm just trying out the stream because this is the first time I've used the MoveVR in X-Plane on a live stream, and I'm testing to see that I can see YouTube chat, which it looks like it's fine. And also I'm looking to see if my iPad can mirror. I'm using Flight Plan Go to do the moving map here, and that's kind of a neat little tool. Unfortunately, I can't manipulate it. If I could manipulate it, that would be even better, but unfortunately I can't. Not with I guess not with this version of Lonely Screen. But it's stable, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, whether or not I can stay stable with it. Not sacrifice too many frames, or just have a good experience in the plane while I'm looking at chat. So I'm really thinking about getting the reality expansion pack for this plane. I just really love flying it. Oh, visibility is improving a little bit. Now I think I'm at 5 miles. There's the mountain. I think that's Santiago Peak straight ahead. Maybe I'll do some touch and go practice when I get to Orange County. See, got about 9.5 miles to Paradise. And look at that, it's getting way clearer now that I'm out of the mountains. There's an AI plane up there. Knows what they're doing. Yeah, that's much improved now. Much improved. See if I can get ATIS for Orange County. Let's see. Oh, let's see, 126.0.
Orange County, John Wayne, Skyline, Information Zulu. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 7, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 800 few.
800 few.
3500 few, temperature 27, dew point 18. Altimeter 2994. Arriving runways 20 right, 20 left. Departing runways 20 right, 20 left. Advise on initial contact, you have Zulu.
Okay, I got the ILS dialed in. Got the ATIS, so it's 800 few. I should use the, it doesn't look like 800 few, but I should use the ILS approach for that, just in case. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to see the clouds, but 800 few, that's pretty low for clouds there. Almost at Paradise, about 4.5 miles or so. There's another AI craft up there with its black smoke, making it nice and easy to see. Oh, weather just changed. Maybe I should listen to that again.
Orange County, John Wayne, Skyline, Information Zulu.
Oh, didn't change.
2100 Zulu weather.
Didn't change, still Zulu. Okay. So now I'm going to go straight for so 239. Okay, and I have to start descending now. So okay, let's close the cowl flaps. Should have done that earlier. It should be dropping to about 5,000 or 4,000, something like that. Let's get some mixture in. And I'll dial in the ILS. I've already dialed it in. Let's see. Yep. This is a perfect angle to get to intercept. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of frames hit. I wonder what's causing some of those jitters. gear, but I don't need it yet. Much too fast. Still really high, so gotta get those gear down. Gotta get that gear down. But wait till I'm okay. Usually I like to put it down around 3,000 feet, but we're pretty high here. I need to slow down. Okay, gear down. Alright, 3. Alright, that's going to slow us down quite a bit. Alright. Full prop, full mixture. Let's turn on the fuel pump. And we don't need landing lights or taxi lights. It's a little bit to the right. There we go. Alright, good. A little bit to the left, but I'm on glide slope. It's good. Vassies look good. First notch of flaps. Correct. Reestablish. Okay. That'll slow us down a little bit. Let's hope I don't bit this landing on live stream. Alright, but everything's good. I'm doing good. A little bit up to the left. Let's line up a little better. Only minor corrections. Want to target at about, I don't know, 85 or so when you touch down, I think, on this plane. Let's fly back to the runway. Okay, last flaps. Correct. Doing good, doing good. Whoops, floaties. Ah, I screwed up. Let's see if I can. I don't want to stall here. There we go. Landed a little long though. Floated that one. That sucked. Alright, well I'm going to do some touch and goes on the other runway. I shouldn't have needed that long, but apparently I need to practice, so I am going to. Let's open the cowl flaps. And we'll go back to runway 19er, sorry, 20 left. I'll do some pattern work, I think, the rest of the time. Now, that's funny because that means the airport ATIS has changed.
John Wayne, Skyline, Information Zulu. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 10. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 5,500 few.
It changed.
3,000 few. Temperature 27, dew point 17. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runways 20 right, 20 left. Departing runways 20 right, 20 left. Advise on initial contact you have Zulu.
See. There we go, 2992. And Charlie's right here, so
Orange County, John Wayne, Skyline, Information Zulu.
all right. Let's switch to the other fuel tank. Man, that terminal looks so good. I mean, just like the real thing. Amazing. Let's go all the way to Lima. No one coming, no traffic. I'm pretty sure LATAM does not fly into Orange County. Okay. Nice. Gear up. Point to the south. Turning downwind. Gear down. Well, that was flaps. Come on. Come on. There we go. Touch and go. Touch and go. Turn south. That was okay, wasn't it? Hey, how you doing there? Is that Slack Sabbath? Is that the name? Welcome to the stream. It's a little fuzzy for me. I apologize. I'm sorry if you came and left and I didn't notice. I'm just doing touch and goes here at Orange County. I flew from Big Bear back, and now I'm just rounding out the flight just by practicing landings. Slack Sabbath, it looks like to me. Slack Sabbath. That's correct, sir. Oh, thank you. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm a little high here. Wasn't paying attention. All right, time to get my gear down. There's Orange County down there. How's the sound for you, Slack Sabbath? Is it balanced? Is it working for you? Can you hear me? I'm doing a test today, really. I'm looking to see if I can bring the chat window into X-Plane, which MoveVR, it seems to work quite well. So I'm quite pleased with how it's performed. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with this area, but this is the area I did my real world flight training. But that was about 20 years ago. Okay, 3 greens. 1 flap so far. I might try to do a short field. That squeaking noise is actually my SideTech yoke, and I can't do anything about it because if I break into it and try to grease it up, I void the warranty, unfortunately. But yeah, that squeaking it's really annoying, and I don't know how to deal with it or get it out of the stream because it gets picked up by the mic I'm using. But you know, when I hit the 1 year mark, I'm gonna open up the SideTech from the back and see if I can lube up the spring a little bit, see if I can get rid of it. You have to use a silicone-based lubricant because of all of the plastic. Yeah, I'm sorry it's annoying. It's annoying for me as well. I've had some people comment on it. Not much I can do. But I really love this. This is the Coronado Bonanza that I'm flying today. And I'm thinking about getting the reality expansion pack for it. I really love this. When I was flying in the real world, I never really got the chance to fly one. I always wanted to. It's a great high-performance plane. Where does the name Father Son? Well, my son and I are doing flight simming together, and I bought the rig primarily so we can spend time together, and I can teach him a little bit about flying, and he can have fun with it, you know? And he's having fun with it. He likes to do airlines, and he's actually pretty good with it. He self-taught himself the FMC and on the Ultimate 737 Ultimate and the Zebo, and also he just recently got the Flight Factor A320, and he's part of a virtual airline that he flies with, and you know, all to teach him and to spend time together. So sometimes we do streams and videos together. Sometimes we do one, you know, he'll do one and I'll do one, or you know, we'll just take it as is. So sometimes it's our, you know, time commitments, you know. So I never put up the gear, so let's see if I can do a short field. Let's see, I used to love doing those when I was training. You kind of dive bomb the runway. So tricky. You got to keep the speed just right. That's pretty good. How old is your son? He's 13 years old. He just turned 13. And I have another son that's 11. He's the one that designed our site logo. So, whoop, I gotta put in some power here. I'm getting way too slow. That probably wasn't a good idea. Might go missed approach here in a minute. But I'm actually quite pleased I can see your chat inside the VR. I can have a chat with you while I'm doing this. That's pretty cool. It's the first time I've been able to really do that. Okay. So I'm using, just in case you're wondering, for VR I'm using Oculus Rift. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I love spending time with him, and I love that he's taken up an interest in something that I really used to love to do when I was younger. And it's actually, you know, it's actually kind of reignited my love for it, because I had kind of given up on flying to, you know, go to school and get a real degree and to make some money, you know, out there in the real world. So I'm just really thankful that he's taken on his own. You know, I never really prompted him for it either. He just sort of said, you know, hey, one day he says, hey, I'd like to download Flight Simulator 10 or X, I guess. And so he did, and we bought that on Steam. And then we found out about X-Plane 11, and boy, what an improvement that is. And then from there, it's just been like, let's get the yoke. We got the yoke. And then we kind of went all in and went VR. And I'm just so absolutely amazed at what you can do with VR. I mean, this feels so much like being in the real plane, you know? It just, it's undescribable how realistic it is these days. So, and then you could do ATC. I'm not doing ATC now, but you can do ATC too with it, and it's just wonderful. I mean, it just really feels like flying again. We built these sceneries together, so, well, Orange County I bought. That's Skylines. And then we did the orthos and did the objects on top, you know, downloaded some Orange County objects. So, are you playing this game? Are you playing X-Plane? Or are you doing something else? Or... That's photos down there that I'm flying over. That's kind of cool. Oh, I'm really high. I biffed that one. Yeah, it does. I can't believe. I mean, this is just, you know, this is where area where I grew up. I know it very well. I used to work at this airport back in my flying days, and I just can't believe how awesome it looks. You know, I used to work as a fueler in that terminal. I also worked. Whoop, I'm getting a little slow here. I used to work as a in those hangars to the west. Sorry, I have to focus a minute. Nice. Played FSX when you were younger? Just follow X-Plane streams. Yeah, you know, I've been getting involved in some other people's streams too. So that's been fun, kind of getting to know the community. A lot of them are have been really helpful in giving me advice on how to set up, you know. Yeah, I was an instrument-rated pilot about 20 years ago. Thought about doing it as a career, but you know, couldn't afford it. Basically, I stopped flying. You know, right after I got my instrument rating, and focused on college. Became an engineer instead. So that's my story. But I was really heavily into it, you know. Whole 9 yards, ground school. I was part of a flight club. You know, worked at the airport. Did all that stuff. So I try to teach my kid, but you know, he's a little impatient sometimes. He doesn't want to do GA, and you know, that's where you learn a lot of the basics. I don't know, maybe one day he will, you know, but he really loves those airliners, and so I let him have fun with it, you know. There's no point in stressing out about it, you know. It's not really all about what I want him to do. It's about what he wants to do. Become a glider pilot. Oh wow, that's tough. I don't know if I could become a glider pilot. I think I would not have the courage for that, not having an engine. Didn't stick to it, yeah. You know, aviation's one of those things it's tough to get into, and you love it, but it's so cost prohibitive, you know, that a lot of people can't follow through, and it's no surprise that there's a huge shortage of pilots in the industry when, you know, you basically have to invest $100,000, you know, of your own money to get anywhere near where you need to be hired by an airline, you know. So why would you risk it, and for what, you know? No guarantee with all of that investment that you'd even get a job, you know. All right. But I always promised myself I'd get back into it. And I guess this is how I'm getting back into it. So, you know, I looked into what it costs to rent a plane nowadays, and it's unbelievably high. You know, just a Cessna 172, you have to rent for like $110 an hour, and that's without the instruction. You know, that's without the instructor. And if I were to get into it again, I definitely would have to get recurrent on my IFR. You know, they don't count simulator time from X-Plane 11, so I'd have to spend a lot of time. I'd have to get my medical again. I'd have to do my 6 approaches, 6 hours every 6 months, which is a huge investment. So probably not going to do that. This is far, far cheaper, and the feeling is very close anyway. And just adding something like a ATC to it, a realistic ATC, you know, would be, you know, I think that would do it for me, you know. So I'm doing some pretty good landings. I'm pretty happy with myself right now. Yeah, I wish I had, you know, I've seen other people's streams with that squeak, you know, and they're using SideTech yokes. They don't have the problem at all. So I have no idea why. I guess I just got the lemon. But it's really annoying for me too. I don't hear it quite as much as you because I have the headset on, but you know, it's still there. And it's just as annoying. Got gear, okay, flaps, good. Don't want to forget the gear. Yeah, you know, get no complaints from me. I mean, with how realistic they are these days. I mean, I've seen people say that these simulators are just as good as, you know, the FAA rated ones, you know. It's kind of a scam that they, you know, say that you can only use FAA rated simulators for actual time. It's kind of... Whoops, a little early. Bounce that one. I'm going to go full stop. Oh, really? Where are you at? 2 a.m.? You must be in Europe. Or maybe even Russia. I'm looking forward to the World Cup tomorrow. Yeah, 2 a.m. you better get some sleep. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, Slack Sabbath. It was great talking to you, getting to know you. I'll see you later. Germany! Right, I work for a German company. My boss is in Germany. But I'm rooting for France tomorrow. What is that? I'm rooting for Croatia. Okay, well, to each his own. I would expect that as a German. You're rooting for Croatia. You can't let the French win. No way. Maybe I'll go somewhere. I work for Henkel, and Not the Knives, the adhesive company, and they're based in Dusseldorf. Yeah, yeah, they are they shouldn't win. Actually, it'd be kind of surprising if France lost, but you know, who knows? Who knows? These other companies are getting better, or countries are getting better and better all the time, right? Underdog bonus. That's funny. Well, they weren't expected to get this far, right? See, maybe I'll take a trip to San Diego. Whoa! This guy's ground traffic. That was freaky. I thought I was getting run over by a truck. Alright, let's see. Why am I on CL58? Yeah? Yeah, well. Yeah, well, Dusseldorf is headquarters for the globe for Henkel, so it's fun to work there. You know, I have a good time. Let's see, I'm gonna go to Balbo. And let's see, OCN, I think is Oceanside. And then Mission Bay. MZ. B, okay. And hey, thanks for the sub. We'll see you around, Slack Sabbath. And you have a good night's sleep. I know it's late for you. Have a good night's sleep. Let's see if anybody else shows up. Okay, I don't really need any fuel for that, I don't think, but just to be safe. Let's see. Actually, I need weight and balance. All right, let's go back up to maybe 100 pounds per tank. payload up to 500 maybe. 500. And center of gravity there. Okay. Apply changes. All right. Fuel on board. All right. So the sound was fine according to Slack Sabbath. That's good. It's good to know. Climb up to 6,000. Eh, 45 is fine. 45 is fine for this flight. That's cool. I can see the window in there. Ah! See the pilot look at me. Looked at me again. Like, what's that UFO? Picture 23. There you go. Airports. KSAN. Search. And diagram. It's 1348.
San Diego INTL information Alpha. 000 Zulu weather. Wind 270 at 9, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 25, dew point 1A. Altimeter 2994. Arriving runway 27, departing runway 27. Advise on initial contact you have Alpha.
27. It makes it somewhat easier. And let's pull up the ILS. I'm not as familiar with that one. We don't have an ILS into. Whoa. Weather change maybe. It's 27. Let's check what procedures we can do there. So that's just the localizer. Let's do the localizer. There we go. So if we do the localizer, you know what? I'm going to dial it in, but it'd probably be easier just to do a approach in. One 1109, okay. Just to get an idea what altitudes I should be at. It's 4,000 once I get to Mission Bay. Whoa! I better check the ATIS again. That felt like the weather changes.
San Diego INTL information Alpha. 000 Zulu weather. Wind 270 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 24.
Clear 24.
17. Altimeter 2994.
Yep, the same.
Arriving run.
We're good. I'm probably just going to do a VFR approach, though. That's just for reference in case the weather turns bad, I guess. I know this airport pretty well. Almost to Oceanside. Let's see, we got about 4 miles for Oceanside. So I'm going to end the stream once I park in San Diego, which is still a ways away, but if you're following along, feel free to chat. I'm booking, man. Well, we got a little bit of a headwind, I guess. Let's see, 150. No, we got a tailwind. We're going 153 knots. I'm indicating 140 knots, which means we have about a 13 knot tailwind. Or at least the tailwind component is 13 knots. But I have hardly any wind correction angle. Alright, over Oceanside. Now turning to Mission Bay. I wish there was a way I can increase the resolution here, or increase the size. What does that do? I don't know what that does, but yeah, it'd be nice if I can increase the size of that font a little bit. Maybe I have to do that in Windows. Oh, we're getting a little bit of light clouds right now. So much for clear. PCH down there. Well, hello, dumb rat. How are you? It's a funny name. I'm going to switch tanks now. Just about at quarter tank. Oh. Hello, Creativo. How you doing? Oh, thank you. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, I'm one of the little guys. Me and my son do this together, and sometimes I do some live streams and post videos. Sometimes he does. So, but we're loving it. I'm gonna do some have an outside view for a second. All right, good to hear it. Now I can't see the chat when I'm outside, so I won't be outside for long. But this is really cool, huh? Beach crab. Look, the guy like looks at me. The pilot turns his, did you see the, you notice the pilot turning his head? It's pretty funny. Copilot does it too. It's creepy when you're on the ground, you know, you're standing next to the plane and then all of a sudden he just stares right at you. Save Brazil. Save Brazil. Brazil didn't do too well in the World Cup this time around, huh? I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. Croatia versus France. Just in case you're rooting for one, I won't tell you who I'm rooting for. So where are you guys at? Whoa, that was a little frame hiccup there. Where are you coming? Where are you broadcasting from? I'm gonna turn on the map here. There we go. Isn't that weird? The cloud just kind of spins around like that. It's gonna follow me, but it's just gonna turn around and rotate. It's weird. It's like it tries to give you that impression that that you're passing it. There's another one there. Well, that one actually looks halfway decent. Yeah, me too. Me too. Coming from the U.S. It's quite a bit of territory that covers. I'm actually on the East Coast, but I'm flying on the West Coast today, and it's where I'm from originally, so good old Southern California. It's kind of cool that I can put the chat window in here, see what you guys are saying. And the virtual reality. Am I doing good on fuel? I can actually close the cowl flaps all the way at this point. Okay. Good. Do you guys play X-Plane 11? This is X-Plane 11, by the way, in case you were asking. Thousand subscribers with no videos challenge. Now, how do you get 1,000 subs with 0 videos? Is it all live streams? I can only dream of getting 1,000 subs. Hey, you see, you never know. Maybe it'll take off. You know, like Captain Canada, man, he's up to 12,000 subs now. I remember when he was, you know, under 5,000. He does some good stuff, though. He likes to he likes to fly, you know, basically airlines. Oh, that's your name. 1,000 subs with no videos challenge. So how do you plan to do that? Or are you doing that? 1,000 subs with no videos. Don't know. You don't know how you did it, but you just do it. Guess some people have luck on their side. So if I don't get lost here, but I'm coming up, what, 5 miles to Mission Bay, so I'm almost ready to start descending. Let's hope I don't biff the landing, huh? Okay. Alright, gotta go. I'll see you later, 1,000 subscribers with no videos. Challenge. What? Okay. Hey there, Het Gameland. How are you doing this evening? I'm about to land in, well, if I don't overfly it, overland in San Diego. I've just been told that my dinner is ready, so after I land, I'm gonna have to log off the stream. But this has been a lot of fun. But still got a few minutes before I have to land. Let's see. I think that's it right there. All right. All right. Good. Yes, this is the Coronado Bonanza F33A. I bought it on sale on 4th of July weekend. I love it. I was looking for a high performance single engine land plane to practice in, and this one does the job. Does a pretty good job too. Let's see. Dive bombing here towards the runway. Alright, I need to slow down. Let's level out here, bleed some speed off. And let's turn the pumps on. Alright, and get the gear down. Yeah, I really love this plane. It's been really fun to fly. I flew up to Big Bear. I had a video. My last video was flying it up to Big Bear. Let's see, there should be the airport right over there. Okay. 3 lights, we're good. Flaps are down. Let's hope I don't biff this up. Oh, there's a plane. Is that a plane? No, that's not a plane. I thought it was a plane taking off. It ended up being a building thing. Final flaps. Alright, let's hope I do. I did the last few landings pretty well. Let's see if I can do this one. Not bad, not bad. I'll take that. Alright, time to taxi to transit, and then I'm gonna call it a day after that, because I've been streaming for a couple hours now. Well, I didn't think I was going to end up in San Diego, but I just felt like it was a good time to do that flight. So, for all the guys that joined me on the stream today, I want to thank you. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for a fun stream today. Now that I can do this, now that I've fixed the problem with the windows, I could do more streams in the future. Streams are a lot easier for me because it eliminates the need to edit the video, put the sound in, put the music in, all that kind of stuff. So So it's imminently a lot faster and a lot less effort for me. And YouTube does all of the rendering and all that for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm at the FBO now. Parking next to the Kinger. Oh, my frames just went to garbage right there. Alright, parking brake on. Can turn this off now. Oh, the door open. Alright, that can come off. That can come off. That can come off. Let's see. Alright, engine's off, fuel cut off, beacon off, and power off. And let's get out. And they're going to take a look at me. I always love it with this plane. They're going to take a look. Whoa! That's so creepy. Look, they both look that time. Anyway, let's get back in the plane. Anyway, guys, thanks for the stream, or thanks for joining me on the stream, and I'll catch you next time on Father-Son Flight Simulator. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button down. All right, and I'll see you next time. Let's see. There's my mouse. Stop the stream. Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining.